Financial planners, wealth managers in the UK, is it time to jump off the ledge, or is there hope? Somebody I'm speaking to right now definitely agrees that there's hope. Ben Kench, thank you for joining me on scottcundill.com.
My pleasure, Scott. Really, these are interesting times, aren't they? But absolutely a pleasure to talk and, share some ideas, because at the end of the day, we are in this together. But the good news is it ain't going to last forever, is it? It's going to blow over. So let's be ready for when it does.
Definitely. So, financial planners and wealth managers, in my mind, it's not a disappearing industry. So do you feel that it's difficult for them as a temporary measure? And during this time, they're used to going to face-to-face. They can't do that face-to-face connection anymore. So I guess two-part question. Part one, is this just a temporary lull in their kind of businesses? And number two, what should they be doing right now under lockdown?
So, okay. Firstly then, is it temporary situation, but it has the potential to have long-term permanent impact. And I think what I see, and I believe firmly, is it will have a long-term permanent impact. And it's down to us to make that impact permanently better or permanently worse. The truth is, this is a major shake-up of how we interact as people in businesses. And as we've already seen in the UK, 2 weeks, the surge of awareness of doing business online, as you and I are today, well, there are millions of people and many thousands of people in financial services that have had that awareness, but resisted the change. So this circumstance has forced, if you like, leveraged the embracing of something that was in the background, but we resisted. So long-term permanent change, yes, Scott, hopefully it will permanently make us more aware that we possibly technology instead of all the travel, possibly technology instead of the formality, maybe that's a good change we can embrace. And I think equally, Scott, the wealth world, the finance world is at the core of everything that's been rocked. So yes, we're going to look differently at money. We're going to look differently at future provision. We're going to be arguably more aware that we're vulnerable. Now, if that's treated with love and kindness, if that's accepted as we weren't quite ready this time, but let's not be not ready again, then this is a wonderful opportunity to embrace technology, build some relationships, and work with an audience that's possibly more prepared to plan for the future than they were 6 months ago.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that, Ben. And I love your positive attitude, because I think that's what we need right now. And let's just talk a little bit about how a financial planner can deal in the situation right now. What should they be doing? Because in my mind, which is the second part of the question, in my mind, these guys, wealth managers, etc., are kind of almost like the should be the leaders right now. You're the ones with the personal relationship. I'm not picking up the phone and phoning my bank. I'm phoning my wealth manager, and I'm not phoning him because I want a new policy. I'm phoning that person to talk me down off the ledge. So are these guys, how should they go about their day-to-day business right now while on lockdown in terms of dealing with existing clients, and how can they get new clients by embracing the technology?
Well, so as I know that and we've shared before, my personal approach is that we need to be, inverted commas, need, each to their own. But my recommendation, my suggestion is, this is a brilliant opportunity for us to just shift the energy behind our work. So arguably, let's paint a supposed picture. Let's say there are some who have been guilty of only really connecting with their clients when it was an anniversary of a policy, an annual review. We've only really had a chance to connect with the clients when, let's be honest, there was an undercurrent of selling something. Mm-hmm. And none of us are stupid. And the population aren't stupid. They know that if the wealth manager calls and it's only every 6 months, it's really a sales call. You see, some of those sales calls when we've connected with our clients, the truth is the customer knows that, the client knows that, they're not silly. And so what they sense is we only after them or communicate with them. Yes, we're nice. Yes, we're polite, but it's really a sales call. Our opportunity now is to just connect as people and say, how are you? I care. And actually, if we can go forward with an energy of genuinely being people first, we'll win clients and fan bases massively. But the old way of keeping in touch, which was really a sales call disguised, that puts people off, and that is going to die, because we are now more than ever aware that, you know what, life is important and it's temporary. So unless you care for me, there's no room for you.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great way of looking at it, Ben. I think that's huge advice to try and really bring out that authenticity in terms of the communication and just having conversations and literally just good manners, great conversations, letting them know, and without that kind of underlying feeling of desperation, which is my next question right now. There's a lot of desperation out there, and you can feel it in people's messages, can't you? You can feel it in their LinkedIn messages. You can feel it in their, I like to say, you can feel it in my fingers. You can feel it in my toes. But there's definitely something that's just a little bit worrying with this picture right now.
There is a worrying thing about the business picture, the human picture, and it is going to shake a lot of people. However, I think what's really, really important to know is we are going to get back to normal. Now, the normal won't be the same. It will be modern life, but not as we know it, Jim. The normal will be different. However, we'll go back in September or October this year to, earning money, to saving some money, to thinking about our pensions, to thinking about our mortgages, to thinking about our health care protection. And maybe the one area that will boom will be healthcare protection. Yeah. You were caught out. Let's not get caught out again. And so there will always be an upside. However, if you only call me to say, Ben, don't get caught out again, I'll know that, Scott, you really don't care about me. You're just trying to sell me a different policy now. If you call me, though, and say, Ben, how are you? Did any of your family get ill? God, I'm glad you got through this okay. Is there anything I could do just out of service? Well, then it will set a tone for a different relationship. And then, yes, I'll still want some of those, but I'll be there as a person.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. It's really great advice. And moving into it now, one thing you and I work so well together with is we both on that same philosophy, which is it's about your credibility. Right now, you need to make sure as a wealth manager, financial advisor, from a sales perspective, and even from a nurturing perspective, which is obviously where we come in because it's about nurturing people and keeping those relationships. You need to be seen as a good guy right now. It's imperative. If you want to retain your credibility during this time, you need to be seen as a good guy, helpful, genuine, and not come out of this as JD Weatherspoon's gentleman who at first said, I'm not paying my staff. And there's stronger words for it, for what he was doing. And I know that he's changed his mind now, but not cool, just a not cool approach. We need to be seen as the good guys. So just to start to finish off this interview, when it comes to kind of nurturing your existing prospects, people who are not your clients, how would you go about communicating that you're a good guy?
Well, start with the people you do know. Ring the people you do know. For example, you might have a client base of, 100 people, and you've now got the gift of time, 2-3 weeks with very little to do. There is no excuse for not making 100 phone calls. And there is no excuse for not just being a person. Hi, Ben. Hi, Scott. How's life? Well, mate, it could be better. Yeah. I just wanted to chat. I miss my rugby at weekends. I miss my football at weekends. Oh, my God, what am I doing at weekends? The pubs are closed. Just be a bloke or a woman. Just be human. Now, if you start with those clients, they will refer in volume because that's about. We don't often get something we tell others about. Oh, you want to see my guy? He's brilliant. But we will. So my first point is the client base. use the time now, the gift of time, ring them all and be human. Second thought, going forward, demonstrate going forward, not just say, but demonstrate that actually what matters is relationships of people. So life can twist and turn, economies can bend and dip, health can be vulnerable or strong, but through all of those things, I can be your friend. Yeah. I can give you advice. Sometimes you'll need me a lot, sometimes you won't need me at all. But rest assured, as your friend, I'm always there in the background. And if we change the way we present ourselves, the others aren't going to be, getting new clients, not going to be an issue.
Ben, thank you so much. Ben Kench, hit you up on LinkedIn. Just quickly, your email address, just in case anyone needs a shoulder to cry on or a little piece of advice right now. Where can they get hold of you?
Ben@benkench.com. I'm like many other people using this time to revamp websites, but Ben@benkench.com is my best email address, and certainly my phone number, because I am open. My personal mobile phone number is on LinkedIn. If you connect with me as a friend and want to talk on LinkedIn, you'll have my phone number. And yeah, absolutely. We're in this together, Scott.
Absolutely, Ben. Ben Kench, thank you so much for joining me on scottcundill.com.
Thank you, my friend. Have a good day.